And the first season, well, the second season is about stalkers, but the first season was all about arsenic and how women, poisoning folks.
Listen to Nate.
This just went like very fast.
No, for the record, there's only really been.
Recorded, are we, Tim? We waiting on it.
Can I just tell you, for the record, according to that podcast, there are female serial killers. Most of them usually use arsenic. Of course, they're white. There's been like one or two black women, but you really never heard of them, and they kind of went under the.
Chicago? No, what's that?
Oh, and Sinai. But yeah, most of those people do it for money.
I'm trying to think of their play. What's the name of that play?
Is it Arsenic and Lace?
Is that it?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's based on a woman. An actual story.
A few women in the play, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's based on one woman. Is it the lady? Yeah, I think it's that lady in Connecticut who killed all those people. She killed like 48 people. Did they know of?
Man, she's an OG out here.
And this was in the 1910s and 20s. It had all the people signing over their life insurance and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of those women, they were pretty much going, like, because, they're like, women usually that are serial killers, they'll do it for money. And they usually kill, like, their kids or husbands or people close to them. And so for that one woman out in, where was she? She was in Chicago and Iowa, I think. She was meeting guys through the wild ads, like when people used to meet people back in the day through the newspaper. Mm-hmm. And they would come and bring out their cash, and she would go and kill them and have her little farm helper who she was sleeping with go and dismember them, and they would go and feed it to the pigs. And then she went and killed some chick and pretended that it was her, and she got away. No one ever found her. I know, the world is crazy. You can't make some of this stuff up.
This is some weird shit. What's going on, everybody? Show us truly. DJ your boy.
Well, Navia Johnson.
Social butterfly fly.
Now you're hot, aren't you?
I am hot.
She said she didn't realize it was cold today. I'm like, it's only been 50 outside today.
B, you got COVID and over here coming to the show?
Well, Robert, look at what she's wearing.
I'm a kid.
Yeah, I'm hot.
She's
though,
like,
you
that's
think
hot.
it's the Jello shots?
We should mix children pick a side.
I don't think they should ever have to pick a side. They're biracial.
Should mixed kids pick a side? Is that what the question was?
Yeah, when should mixed children pick a side? Because, there are some mixed kids that, for example, I feel like if a mixed child is raised by people primarily on their white side of their family, they'll just stay with them. It's the same with black kids, but both their parents are still together.
And if they together, they gonna go for black.
Yeah,
because they get to say nigga.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true. I don't think.
Why
Well, no, because I think that I don't think that's necessarily true. No, well, I mean, one thing that I have noticed though is that if the dad is black and the mom is white, the kid will usually be raised as white.
What?
Why? Sometimes. Oh. Have you never noticed that?
No.
Anytime I see a kid that's half black and he don't act black, well, I ain't gonna say act black because that's a fucked up thing to say. But like when he acts like he doesn't know his culture, I definitely judge them.
Why? Because he does know his culture. He just...
How you know that? It's like having a Mexican with Mexican parents that can't speak Spanish.
That's because they're raised in the U.S.
Good. That don't mean nothing. They still should be learning Spanish.
Because there are some Mexican people, for example, that live in Texas. Their kids were raised here, and they just wanted to try to.
Texas is Mexico.
Yes, but
you shouldn't be black or white in Texas and not know Spanish.
No, see, I'm using an example like Selena. You know the singer Selena.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You've seen the movie.
Yeah.
She Spanish?
Yeah, but she had to learn it when she was a teenager. She didn't grow up speaking Spanish. Her first language is English because they wanted to try to Americanize them as much as possible.
But she learned Spanish, though.
Yeah, when she was like a teenager, so she could sing.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't too late to learn your culture. You got it.
So should we talk after?
So here's a question then. So if someone is like a French, if they find out they're like, you go and do your genealogy stuff, and you find out that you're Kenyan, so you should go and learn the language.
No, because I'm not Kenyan.
But you get what I'm saying?
No, I'm African. Well, not African American. I'm black.
So what
in
if
America.
you find out that you got a little bit of French in you? Are you going to go and learn French?
No, because I'm not French. I'm black. Like,
I get what you saying.
You get what I'm saying.
No,
Like you find
like, they are black and white, so they should know both sides of that. Like,
Yeah,
black
they
kids
should.
shouldn't be growing up, you know, thinking like Carlton when the police pull them over, like, oh, they're just doing their job. Like, no.
But see, that what happens though when, I mean, I can say it, a lot of black celebrities get money, they move into areas that are predominantly white, and their kids are raised that way.
Yeah, but that more is a question of mine class, because it's not just rich
Yeah,
black
yeah.
neighborhoods. Like, you don't really get a, like Chris Rock said, he said in his neighborhood, this was back, you know, the one from the 90s, his stand-up.
Well, 99?
Yeah.
Was it
one
bigger
of
and
the-
blacker?
Yeah, I think it was that one. And he was like, my next door neighbor is a dentist. Like, not no crazy celebrity, not a superstar. He's a fucking dentist. And this dude is like a well-renowned comedian. And that's his next door neighbor.
A dentist.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just the wealth gap is just so much different.
It just, I mean, it basically depends on the parents. The child should learn both sides. But then when it comes to society, because I have a niece that is mixed, she looks like she mixed with something, but she's mixed with black and white, and she consider herself white. She stay with her mom.
That's what I was going to say. See, that's what I'm saying. And he looked at me crazy when I said, when a lot of times the dad is black and the mom is white, sometimes the kid identifies. Because if you look at celebrities,
be black raised as white, or at least in the South, can't be black raised as white and then just go on about your way and be a white guy.
Then you get into people that pass as white, because there are a lot of celebrities that are mixed that pass as white.
There was some that was black back in the day that had full careers,
Well,
but
remember that one woman with the whole curly hair and stuff?
Oh, she was all, that lady was 100% white, okay?
Come on, Rachel Dawes.
That lady was
I thought
100%
she
white
was
with a
black.
tan. I didn't think she was black. That lady was 100%
I
white.
mean, I never heard
She
her
looked
talk.
like she could be black.
See what I'm saying? Like,
She looked like she could be a black woman.
She was taking that. She was like, okay.
I didn't know why people was mad at her.
I wasn't really mad.
Excuse me. But then again, hold up.
But then again,
I can see why
don't.
white people would be mad at her. But I don't know how black people was mad at her. I don't know why.
Why would the white folks be mad? I don't understand.
Because she identified as a black woman.
That's crazy. She passed that. She went, hey, baby, she got us.
That motherfucker worked for the NAACP.
But see, then you get into the
As a
area
black woman.
of white people being like, see, here's the thing that with her though, she just tanned her skin. Then you get into the whole type of situation of, oh, a white person could just go in, tan their skin or do things to make themselves look like they're black, and people, some people can say.
Rachel had black features.
Yeah,
Well, she wouldn't have got surgery.
everything.
But she wouldn't. But you want to know why? Because she wouldn't have had surgery to look like that. Did y'all see pictures of her before that?
She did.
Yes, because she did not look like that growing up.
How you know it's surgery?
Right.
though?
That's what I was gonna say. How you know it's surgery?
White people usually keep the same noses. You can tell when a white person has a nose job.
So she made her nose bigger, is what you're saying.
Yes, like her. Well,
They got nose fillers?
well, not just that. I mean, go and look at some old pictures of her. She looked a mess. She was unfortunate
Maybe she
looking.
had kids and it all changed.
She was unfortunate looking. Is what I'm saying.
I'm gonna go back and look at the picture.
Maybe she had kids.
But the point is,
A lot of unfortunate looking people back in the day and some babes now. Some flowers take longer to grow. I mean to bloom. I said grow. Anyways, yeah.
But what I was saying was that there are a lot of celebrities that are mixed that you don't realize are mixed until, and then you're like, oh, like some celebrities you can kind of tell because they identify as being mixed, like Lenny Kravitz.
He's obviously.
Yeah,
but
you
Megan,
know.
she could pass for a white person.
Who?
Megan.
Megan who?
Markle, but she got a nose job too.
She
Megan
did.
Markle can't pass for no white girl.
Yeah, she could.
No, she can't.
Well, people
Her
thought.
skin complexion looks that way, but nah, she can't pass for
Well,
no
but
white
also
guy.
again, she had a nose job, so I
didn't
think
know
some
she
people
had a nose
probably
job.
thought. See, I don't think people thought she was white. I think people may have thought she was like a white Latin.
I mean, people may not have thought that she was black, but
Right.
she don't look like no white girl. Yeah, she don't look like a white girl.
Because then you know,
She just looked like California.
Well, my whole thing.
yeah, because everyone I mean, most people in Hollywood have, you know, either have veneers or their nose. They've had something done.
But you
in
know what?
history.
What gets me is, with that interview, she seemed to use black as like, oh, I can use this card now because I'm
Yeah,
black
I don't like that.
type shit.
Don't do that. I don't like that.
Because I don't think at home in Cali that it's even something that she even considers.
See, my opinion on her is this: that there were probably some white people that mistaken her as white before, and she was like, "Oh, I can use that to get ahead," because realistically, identifying as a white woman is going to get me further than identifying as a black woman or biracial.
Which is true, because on some job applications, like you have. I don't think.
But now I feel like,
now
I feel like the biracial women that are darker, most of them will go and do black roles. I mean, you see it a lot.
my ex, he was white and stuff or whatever, but his kid had like a complexion of maybe Roberts, and basically he was mixed, but he identifies black. I think it just depends, but I always told like if your dad is whatever, then that's
they say whatever your dad is.
But then that's the one because
that's gonna change, especially with all this patriarchy shit. Everybody's trying to tumble down and all of that. Yeah, that's not gonna be a thing later on. But no. I feel like if you black, you black.
I feel
you know why that is more than anything. Because because in slavery it wouldn't have mattered. So keep that same energy.
Yes, I like that.
Keep the same energy.
I'll drink to that, Robert, because you facts. Hello.
I don't even like pulling up slavery, but in this case, it's relevant.
That's true. That is true. Yep, I agree with that one. So, if anybody want any mixed kids.
So, if you mix with black.
You black.
And you don't know the culture, I'm looking at you funny. Let it be known. I don't fuck with you.
What do you... That's mean, Robert. That's not nice.
Man, you gotta know where you come from.
That is true on both parts.
That's for everybody.
Yeah.
White people know where they come from.
Yeah.
We already don't. We born like that. So everybody else gotta play your role. Gotta play your part. You gotta know where you come from. I don't care what you like, who you fuck with, all that shit. But know where you come from. That's rule number 1. Oh well, that's beyond the topic. Who next?
Who pulled?
Yeah.
Let's see what this is.
Are we doing music now for the polls?
What? I think we did this.
No, we didn't.
What is that?
What does Gen Z have against millennium? Oh, cartoons. My bad.
What?
What does Gen Z's have against millennium cartoons? Now put.
Oh.
You put that in there, didn't you?
Did I?
I wrote it, but I forgot why I was talking about it. The cartoons.
Well, I know having the stuff that I watched growing up, they wouldn't air. I mean, technically, they don't air most of it right now, except for like 1 a.m. Ren and Stimpy.
I love that show.
Should not have been on.
But
Beavis
they
and
haven't
Butthead.
canceled Ren and Stimpy.
No, they show it like 1, 2 a.m.
What was wrong with Ren and Stimpy?
Everything.
Rocko's Modern Life.
Oh, I love
Pretty much anything that was on Nickelodeon in like the 90s.
But Ren and Stimpy's a perfect example of how much cartoons don't really matter. Because Ren and Stimpy was way overboard when it came down to what's appropriate for kids. Excuse me. But you let a kid watch it, we have no fucking idea what we looking at.
I
But
knew. I was
Pepe
like,
Le
what the
Pew
hell is
gets
this?
canceled. How the fuck does that happen?
You said who got canceled?
Pepe Le Pew.
Oh, yeah, because they're trying... Someone was talking about this. We were
Apparently a
talking about
skunk
this.
hitting on a cat promotes rape.
Oh, yeah, because now...
how that works.
all this mess, because now all the... and it's Gen Z's fault, a lot of it. They're pretty much trying to make them get rid of the cartoons that they feel like are representing like rape and all these gender issues, because it's that
Mr. Potato Head.
Mr. Potato Head. Yeah, now it's not Mr. anymore. It's just Potato Head.
Even though, because...
He had a Mrs. Potato.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you can't say Mr. or Mrs. anymore. They're just Potato Head.
That don't even sound right.
Fucking retarded. I
And
can't
then-
say retarded, but I just
Yeah,
said it
and
twice.
then they took off a lot of movies pertaining because of race stuff and all that
I'm
other stuff.
confused because...
So Toy Story ain't no good anymore.
So pretty much they're
That's
trying
fucked
to,
up.
I mean, I feel like they're just trying to erase all the issues. So that down the road, people were like, oh, we didn't have issues. Yes. I mean...
I think
This
people
shit's
should stop being
ridiculous.
so sensitive. And if that's the case, then maybe you should take off some gay stuff. I guess.
Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. Like, because of gender issues.
But
There's a Mrs. Like, it's not like Mr. Potato Head had a dick that you could put on him. So what's the problem
they
here?
were just
Like, what's the issue here? You change the hair. You take the mustache off. Miss Potato Head.
See, I'm sure they didn't do that with Ken and Barbie. If
okay.
you're gonna start doing
Well,
stuff too.
The reason they did it is because Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head technically weren't dolls. In the sense. Dolls was like a girl's toy.
Yeah.
So Ken, Ken came in later on. It was just Barbie by herself.
Or G.I. Joe.
G.I.
Or
Joe
any
was
of that.
fire.
Or any of that stuff. I'm just waiting for...
Man, I got Johnny Bravo tatted on me. And I'm waiting on 10 years down the line when
Is it on that arm?
when some punk ass guy comes up to me and is like, "You're sexist because you like Johnny Bravo." And I'm be like,
Did
"Fuck
they
you."
cancel
cartoon.
Johnny Bravo too?
Not
No.
yet. They ain't came from him yet, but I haven't
he
seen
was
him
in on a
airing
lot
in
of
a long
chicks.
time.
Johnny Bravo.
Because, they should have went on a Cartoon Network.
That was my joint. Johnny Bravo.
I like Johnny Bravo too.
I mean, Beverly Pew wasn't my go-to joint,
But you didn't watch that when you were little, did you?
I did, but it wasn't like.
What you would...
Even when I'm thinking about it now, it wasn't nothing crazy.
No, I was watching like Rugrats.
He never
and-
got the girl.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
That is true.
Like, I don't get that. Rugrats came out.
I'm going to say Rugrats.
They were like 92 or something.
Yeah, I watched Dad and Doug.
Doug was my
Ren
joint.
and Stimpy.
You know
But see,
what
I'm
saying? Got
older.
Skeeter right
you know,
here, you know what I'm saying?
I'm older, so I also watched Beavis and Butthead, Daria.
I remember that.
That's not older. I watched all that shit too.
See, again, but you're younger than me though, so you shouldn't have been watching it.
You should have not been watching.
Man, Beavis and Butthead, that joint would get canceled if it was still airing. They would not be able to take that shit.
Right. That's true.
Would Beavis and Butthead do America? That was the joint.
You wanna know what's interesting though? If you think about Daria, the stuff that they dealt with on that show, we actually still deal with now.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta,
Because Beavis and Butthead was more like, dumb comedy. She was more sarcastic comedy.
An almost gothic girl who actually had enough, to say fuck the world. Daria was cool. She was like a rock star before her time.
Who is it? Dara.
Daria. And when you sit and think about
Daria
all
was like this punk rock girl, right? She
I don't
was.
remember that
She was.
cartoon.
Beavis
damn
and
near-
Butthead's friend.
She was.
Oh, okay.
She was almost like gothic,
Oh.
but not in the all black type shit.
Mm-hmm.
She was just like cool. She like, what's the word to really describe Daria?
Mm.
Like she, and I ain't seen this show in like literally over a
I
decade.
think it is back on though, right? Like you can catch it on like one of those old.
I don't want to say pessimist.
I feel like she was a little pessimistic, but a realist at the same time.
Yeah.
Because her sister was super preppy and popular and really dumb, but then
And she was all like, fuck that shit.
yeah.
She was
And her
cool.
mom was super tiger mom, like everyone's gonna succeed and we're gonna be rich and all this stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, see, because when you think about it, all these shows kind of stem from Beavis and Butthead because Daria was their friend, and then she moved, and then King of the Hill.
Wait,
Hank Hill.
Daria and Beavis and Butthead was connected?
Yeah, Daria, Beavis and Butthead, and then King of the Hill.
I didn't even know that they were
Yeah, they were all
connected.
on the same show. They all lived in the same town, and then Daria moved, and that's how she got her show, and then King of the Hill.
Oh, I gotta see this from the origin now.
Yeah.
I just seen them all separated.
Yeah, because all them kind of, they all ventured off into their own show.
Oh, interesting. The more you know.
Yeah, I gotta see this joint.
But yeah.
That's some OG shit.
Yeah, because she was their friend, like, I think it was like one of the first 2 seasons, and then she moved. Because she was like, y'all are idiots.
It makes so much sense too. Cause she'd be the one girl that they wouldn't hit on.
Yeah,
So
pretty
it would
much.
work out.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they would do anything. But Daria, nah, her attitude would stop them from fucking with her.
Because she was too smart for them, honestly.
Yeah. Good shit.
And I put Eminem on here.
But I don't know what Gen Z
Eminem.
has against our cartoons. Fuck them guys. And their generation. And the clique they claim.
Oh no. Okay.
But didn't you know they created all the stuff that we wear and lived through in the 90s?
Who did?
Gen Z, they think they created everything.
Isn't it? Then we had that whole.
Yeah.
Isn't he a Gen Z or
No,
Don't
we're
make-
all millennials.
I'm trying to.
We had a discussion
I'm about to
last
get
week.
I'm about to go Quavo on this table right now.
I was just asking because I couldn't remember.
Well, if you have to think about it this way, we should take it as a compliment because they're literally remaking all the movies that we watched the first time when they were good.
Yeah, but every movie don't need to be remade.
Exactly. Yeah,
But I'm still gonna watch King Kong.
that's what I'm saying. It's
How many times that movie been out?
exactly. Do I said I'm like
That's like
4 or 5
like
times.
it wasn't even new when we dropped
The
that shit.
50s that came out in the 50s, 60s
Yeah, but, I mean,
with the horrible.
It was based in
animatronics.
its original
That's what
timeline.
they doing.
That's how old that shit is.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
it was.
saying.
It was based in its original timeline.
Yeah, with the bad special effects and everything.
That's why they're remaking it because they want to do the.
They remade it in like the 90s, didn't they?
Man, they keep making all this super CGI Godzilla.
Oh, did y'all see
But
the
keep fucking up Frankenstein.
Did you see?
How you do that?
Oh, they do need to remake Frankenstein.
Did you see they're remaking Mortal Kombat?
Yes, and I can't wait.
I want to see that too. We should make a movie night and watch.
But you're gonna go
But
watch
they
the-
can remake Mortal Kombat. Why? Because Mortal Kombat started as a low budget, you don't know anybody in the film, like type of film. Like it just ended up being a classic. Cause
But also it was a video
Kids
game.
like
And
it.
then they were like, oh, let's make
Yeah. so like it just ended up being like its own, little
Because people
OG
like the
classic.
video, because people like the video game, so people went and watched it.
I'll watch
Now,
The studios used that because they didn't even think that it would do anything. So it was finally a studio picked that up, and then it was just like, okay, yeah.
Let's keep going with it.
I think they need to start making Godzillas, King Kongs, Frankensteins,
They need to remake Frankenstein. They haven't remade
Freddy, Jason.
They did. It was just horrible.
When
They
was-
got to redo Frankenstein right.
What year was that they what was that?
It was a few years back.
Okay. Well, they need to remake that.
Yeah, no more Dracula movies. I
They
don't need to
haven't
see a
made a
Godzilla.
Dracula movie in a while. They need to remake that one. Too.
No, they don't. I mean, if you want to see a vampire movie, just watch Interview with Vampires. Be done.
And Poltergeist.
Or Blade.
No. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're remaking Blade with Marsha Ali, Shali. How the fuck you say his name?
Charlie.
My man. Nah.
Are they gonna bring Wesley Snipes back here?
Nah, he was trying to do Blade, but nah. I don't know how to say his name. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
You know Luke Cage. You seen Luke Cage?
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna be.
Remember the first season?
Yeah.
Remember the villain in the first season?
No.
Okay.
I thought he was the guy that played.
No,
Luke Cage.
it's not Luke Cage.
Oh, never mind.
This dude got an Oscar right after that joint. He that fire
Wow.
for a movie that I don't even think I seen yet.
What's the name of the movie? I'm gonna have to go watch it.
When did he win his Oscar?
If not, he got nominated for one.
He probably got nominated.
Was it recent?
It was right after that.
It wasn't
Luke Cage
Moonlight,
joint.
was it?
Yeah, it was Moonlight.
Oh,
'Cause it won the
not
Oscar,
Moonlight?
yeah.
Yeah, it was Moonlight.
Okay,
It's really
well,
sad that I
yeah.
know these things. I know random.
I heard Moonlight
facts.
was pretty
I mean,
good.
that was an Oscar movie.
Yeah,
so-
it won. It won an Oscar for best movie.
Was Moonlight good? Did you like it? I heard it was pretty good.
You know, and it was everyone in the movie was black. So I mean, that was everyone.
Sorry, yeah. All right.
That's right.
Okay, why are so many people turned off by dating?
Because don't nobody know how to date.
True.
Because it's
You got somebody what dating is, they don't even know what dating is.
Exactly. One of my friends just posted. She was like, she wished that when she was dated, she just wouldn't be with that one guy. I was like, date multiple.
People call relationships dating.
And it's not. Dating is when you're dating multiple people.
yes, you're dating multiple people, but there aren't any titles involved. You're dating.
That's
Exactly.
But once you put in a title like "This is my boyfriend," you don't need to be dating no more.
Like, technically, you could date anybody. Like, you could date the same sex and it wouldn't even be gay.
I can. You can. Oh snap!
Because a date is just
Going
meeting,
out, yeah.
going out, getting to know
No,
each other.
yeah.
You do that with friends.
I would date my friends. We probably go on dates every night then because we have girls' night. But it's actually
the-
a date night then because we go to the bar and drink. Oh, so what? It's a-
Technically, you could do it like that.
Yeah, but
But-
most people don't.
Yeah, they don't.
Most people, you're hanging out with your friends. But if you're actually going out with someone and going to dinner and having conversation to get to
That's
know
a
them, that's a
date.
date. Yes.
Yes.
That's all it is.
But it's because people are too busy swiping left and right and
So-
texting and stuff. They're not knowing how to
So
interact.
basically, if you come to a female or I come to a guy and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? And they'll be like, oh, I'm dating somebody. Great. Let's go out and date.
Depends on what their definition is. Like I said, most people don't even know what dating is anymore.
That's true.
They don't know the definition. It's like, oh, I'm dating someone. My response is, and But
my response is, I'll be like, and I had a goldfish that died when I was 11. They be like, what the fuck? I'm like, exactly. You ain't got shit to do with me, so let's go on this date.
there it is.
Hello. End of discussion.
But there's a point when you are in a relationship and you should not be dating.
Yeah, once you're in a relationship, there is no more dating.
If there's a
You don't
title
need to get
involved,
to
if
know
there's a
anyone
title,
else.
if there's a title involved, you should not be looking for other fish in the sea. If you're engaged or you got a boyfriend or a girlfriend, if you got a title in it, you don't need to be looking.
Yeah, dating is for finding fish in the sea. That's what it's for.
I'm gonna tell you like somebody told me. Cause why some of y'all out here being faithful to these boyfriends and girlfriends, alright? Playing the whole wifey role and shit. To somebody that's your boyfriend, you shouldn't be doing that. It's your boyfriend.
Well, that's an exclusive relationship. That is not dating.
Yeah,
That's beyond dating at that point. So yeah, you shouldn't be doing all that.
but see, here's the thing though. A girl saying that, but if the guy, it was reversed and the guy did that to her, she would be mad.
Cause guess what? He dating. You can't get mad if the nigga dating.
Yes, you can.
Wendy,
If
now
you're
I know
supposed to
you're
be
lying.
with him.
Wendy, now I know you're lying. If you were dating a guy and he was dating you and like 3 other people, and he calling you his girlfriend and he's dating these other chicks, you would be mad.
I would.
Exactly.
So heartbroken. Ugh.
She was like, you want to know why? Because she probably got 5 guys already that she over there talking to because she's her. You know how she is.
That's so not true. So not true. So.
You know how she is.
Well,
That's why she said she would be
right now,
heartbroken.
I'm dating. Alright, that's what I'm doing. I'm dating.
What?
She just lied.
I'm hot.
This is what she.
That's why
just
she
did.
getting hot.
I'm hot because I had the Jello shot. It's like hot. Y'all ain't hot.
You getting a little.
What was the question again? What's the definition of?
So
dating?
why do you think it's because people don't know how to deal with each other face to face? They use too much.
I think like how Gen Z's habits are becoming. It is becoming
Like
more
new
like
Gen Z.
They don't know
it's
how to
it's gonna migrate to where like they don't know how to talk to people. Like they really don't know how to talk to people anymore. So like as people get more and more into social media, socializing in real life just starts to dwindle away, and we're experiencing that too. As much as we start to use it more, but we still understand how it all works. You know what I'm saying? So if I need to talk to someone, it ain't shit for me to do it because I got experience in that shit. But
You
I don't know. Even for me, now I'd much rather. I learn people more on social media than just in person for the fact that my schedule's just so busy anyways. So I might turn around and meet someone very briefly, but really get the bulk of the stuff on Facebook or something.
That's cheating.
How's that cheating?
Cause you're not going to them. Like you're just going off of social media.
No, like we talk, we chat on social media. I understand. I start to see their thinking patterns, their habits, things like that, and then we go out when we can go out and meet. Kick
So you
it.
base that off of their social media of what type of person they are, or you just base
No, nobody gives you the real them on social media.
Well, I was gonna say
about to
this.
say that.
Usually with social media, you get one side of a person, and then face to face you get another, so you get 2 facets of them.
Yeah. And you get the real, and you really don't know nobody until you've been through some shit with them. So, like, for me, I'm very slow about who I get exclusive with. Like, we gotta have gone through some shit before. We gotta, because I need to know how you react when shit hits the fan. Like, if you ain't somebody that can handle shit hitting the fan, I'm gonna do nothing but stress you into a fucking stroke.
Oh my gosh. Please don't be like
Not because I always let shit
Robert,
hit the
don't
fan, but
Don't be a toxic guy.
Right.
no, it ain't like that. It's my lifestyle. I do a lot of things that I don't want to say regular people, but the average person does not do. So like, and that's not on nothing reckless or anything. It's just I have a different mindset. I live differently. So people hit the panic button a lot faster than I would in a lot of situations. So
versus you might see it as normal, but then they might be panicking.
for instance, I have a day job. For me, that day job's only purpose is for insurance. That's it. And the IRS. It's the only purpose of that day job, right? So, for me, if I lose that job, I'm not losing much. I'm losing money being there. So, for me, it's not really a matter of I have more freedom to do certain things because I don't have that fear of losing that. Whereas your average person, their day job is their money. That's the only way that they're getting money. If they lose their day job, they can't take care of their family. For me, it's like that with a lot of things that I do. I just think of it very differently. So to the average person, it's a big shock to them. Like, a lot of people don't know how to process that type of thing because they don't live that kind of lifestyle.
That's true.
And so, not toxic.
You ain't toxic.
Now I thought you were gonna be like, oh, I want to just do things to see how far I can push her.
Yes, that's how I took it.
That's how I took it. Yeah.
Nah.
Push the button, Robert.
Nah,
but
I do
also,
shit
too,
like that. I'm petty enough to do that. But like,
What?
I do that like when people are
It's
Don't
like
be up
pretty
there
much
trying to.
asking for it.
You're sitting there trying to test somebody.
Right.
To see
Like
what
somebody
their
gotta
reaction
be
would
pretty
Right.
much asking.
They're playing
for
a
it.
game, Robert. You too old for
No,
that.
I'm saying like somebody gotta be really pretty much asking for that. Like,
oh.
don't test my gangster, cause then you gonna get that.
Mm.
But if we just cool and everything,
That's like that's a
shit
line,
out,
and
I
then
ain't
like
about
Robert gonna cross at me. On the other hand, I'm like,
I'm good.
Motherfuckers,
I'm good.
I'm not gonna press
test
that
your
button.
gangsters. Like,
They do though.
Oh, you ain't crazy? Okay, I'm gonna show you crazy then.
Why would you do
That's because some people are used to dealing with people that are dramatic and insecure.
Yeah.
Some people
Sometimes
that are
it's
insecure ain't got
necessary.
time for that.
that? Go ahead.
When you truly in control of your emotions,
Yeah.
you know how to use it to your advantage.
But this is the thing. This is the thing, though, because I don't really. I'm not that loud person. Get all up in your face. It's like I'm calm, cool, and collective, right? But then when I do be calm, cool, and collective, they're the ones that's going off. I'm like, yo, why are you so crazy right now? Because I'm not showing reaction. I don't understand that.
That's what drives them crazy.
That's
I don't
toxicity
always
right
show.
there. That's,
I don't
You know,
always show a reaction, and it drives motherfuckers crazy
It
too.
was like Gail and R. Kelly.
well, because you want to know why? Because people that are usually like that, like toxicity and drama, and if you're not giving them what they're wanting and needing, and some people just feed off drama.
Oh.
People are like conditioned in different ways. Like everything you do in life, you gotta be conditioned for that. You gotta practice for that. Like it doesn't just come. Excuse me. So for a lot of people, if they're seeing something that they're not used to, it adds anxiety to their life. If they're always used to getting yelled at, like for instance, when I'm with kids, you can always tell which parents is more abusive or like that, because the kid don't ever think they're in trouble until they damn near getting cussed at. Like it doesn't even register to them that something is wrong, because the only time it happens for them is at home when mama's smacking the shit out of them. So like if they're not in a situation that's like that, they get so used to that when they're not in a situation like that, it brings anxiety, so they start making trouble. And it's like that with people. People are the same way. When you're so used to being around a certain environment, and then that environment's not there anymore, it's gonna add anxiety to you. So you end up doing. You ever? Well, I know you didn't, but for instance, I go to a place, right, and if it's all white people, I get extra black.
What?
Like I be like, test my gangster today.
Are you
motherfucker.
serious?
Like I get extra black when I'm around too many white people.
Extra black.
Why? Because I just have this thing that's like, oh shit, we ain't represented. So let me go ahead and,
Oh my god.
and change that out here. Like I let that hair down, let the tats out, let's go. Like I went to South Dakota, I wore my Black Lives Matter sweatshirt. Like I'm just thinking like me against the world. Fuck it, right?
Yeah.
I got compliments though. I love your hair. Oh my god, this sweatshirt's so cool.
Wow.
That was when I learned in every Trump country ain't the same.
Yeah.
Like people are just different. But
It's the county.
I say all that to say I didn't see another black person in South Dakota the whole time I was there.
Well, I could have told you that. My mom lived in South Dakota for a couple of years.
I'm not surprised.
They were in the military. They were in the military when they lived there in the middle of nowhere.
That's why I was visiting my homeboy from the military out there.
Yeah, there's
But
nothing out there.
like, I didn't realize I was even going through anxiety until I was back in Dallas airport and saw black people and Mexicans again. And I was like, I can breathe. Because, in Alabama, you in Colorado, there's many white people. You about to you in the wrong place. You in the sundown town. Get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But, anyways.
Coleman. I'm just playing.
Shit, I always think like that in Tennessee. But they always so nice in Tennessee.
They're nice.
It throws me off. Because that whole state looked like a sundown town.
Really?
I have my opinions on some experiences I've had in Tennessee and Alabama.
Shit's crazy.
You wanna give us a story time? We got time.
No, we
No,
don't.
we don't.
All right, y'all. It's been good.
So, in closing, date means dating multiple people. Understand that?
They would fuck you up.
Unless you have a title.
Unless you have a title. If you're getting people titles, you don't need to be dating no one else.
Don't need to be dating nobody else.
Yeah.
If you're biracial, you need to say you're biracial.
If you biracial with black, you better know some black shit. And
With the Gen Z, all cartoons. are
fuck
bad.
Gen Z.
Okay.
How about that? How you like them apples?
That's just great, Robert.
Yeah.